This video will show the run-ins from the knockout sprints in the World Cup Round 122 in Borås, WOC 22 Fredericia, EUC 23 Vicenza, World Cup Round 124 Alton, and the WOC 2024 in Edinburgh in the knockout sprints. We will start out with the World Cup Round 1 2022 in Borås.
Who is going to make it? Matthias Kibberts looks good, but Tim Robertson is working really hard to see if he can get ahead of Erik Langendal Breivik, who won his heat. But it is middle, and it will be Ralph Street and one of the Swedish team. So Ralph Street's managed to get a gap, and there is a real shootout here. Martin Regborn has managed to make it. He is the top well, but August Molén and Kasper Foster, they are the two ones here. Is Kasper Foster going to be beaten here? My goodness me! I think he is. Kasper Foster misses out. August Molén takes the run in. They don't have to fight too hard. They know it's just the two of them to make it through, and that's a big gap over the rest of the field. Lena Strand and Caroline Olsen then confident, but Eleanor Roos is such a machine. She is so fast. She makes it look so easy. Does Tove Alexanderson. She has come to be qualified. And in second place here, it's too much to do for Eleanor Roos. Andrina Benjaminsen.
Yeah, in a very easy speed, and I mean she has been more or less the whole race here. She has been in a very convenient situation. She didn't have to push too hard. She knew about the gap. She knew.
His second World Cup knockout in a row. He is doing this really well, and it is a burn up. Tim Robertson, can he get another second place? He can. And August Molén taking the third place, I think, then just Tove Alexanderson soon to round the corner. Here she is. She can celebrate here on this line. Going to take a second consecutive gold. I mean, and what a fantastic result as well for Megan Carter-Davies. She takes her first ever medal on the World.
Look at the run-ins and the World Championships in 2022 in Fredericia. We will start with the quarterfinals, then go on with the semi-finals and end with the finals.
Really up the pace here. We have got Kibberts, we've got Delaine, we've got Krivda, we've got Lynch, then Bachvicius, and it looks like the German is off the back. So here it is, top three to make it through to the semi-finals. It's looking good for Kibberts, as we might expect. Delaine then in second, and Joe Lynch really trying to race it in for the third place, but he is not going to make it through. So we have Matthias from Great Britain looking fantastic. Next up, Chris Jones. Next up, Aaron Bacco from Hungary. And these three have got a gap then over the rest of the field. We haven't seen anybody else yet through this control, and the Hungarian is looking behind him as the others are on the chase here. They want to see if they can get ahead, but it is Johnny Crickmore and then into the finish. Look at the delight on his face then from Johnny Crickmore. He made it through to the quarterfinals in Borås, didn't make the semi-final. He will be absolutely chuffed to do that. Chris, as if they're coming from the other direction though.
Here is Ranken in the picture.
Here is Ricardo Ranken from Switzerland.
And
there is
Eidsmo
from Norway, and they are the top three. Gustafsson, Kirmela and Eidsmo, as we follow them into the finish here on this quarterfinal, the third quarterfinal. It is Gustafsson who's able to jog it through to the line. Mika Kirmela in second place, and Harvard Sansa control is, and this is crazy. Loika Bern is very close. We fight out here, and is Kroll going to be run out of it? This is the closest quarterfinal yet. Loika Bern looking fantastic in the lead. Martin Hoofman's there. I think Wojciech Kroll has just overtaken the Dane. He has. And the Dane's also been taken. He goes the Dane as well.
And that's a mistake.
They're really close here now. This is going to be super, super tight. Robertson gets there first, and this is going to be a big sprint out then for the finish. They are so close here. They are goes all down to the sprint finish now between these three guys. Key is there, Robertson is there, Street is there as well. I think they're just going to be ahead of Martin Regborn. Edson is left for dead, and this is going to be super close. I think Street just gets it ahead of Key.
And Glonek.
They are much more distinct into this control. They know exactly what they're going to see. And for me, those three then are clear, a couple of meters clear of the rest. And they're really going to push it now to the line. August Molén is the first one. Breivik and Skelet They are the three, I think, who will qualify here, but Glonek is really fighting hard. Mullane looks around to see if he has to do any more, and it is
one, so it's maybe none of the others wanted to be challenged by Tove already in the quarterfinal.
Okay, easy peasy stuff for Tove Alexanderson, but who will take the second and third places? Here is the Spaniard. And because they've lost the sight of Alexanderson now, this is going to be really, really interesting to see who will make it through. We've got, then they all go through here. They all go around. So Toledo, Kovachova or Lawson, it'll be two of these three to make it through. Alexanderson has already crossed the line. Anna is there now. So Tove Alexanderson, easy stuff for her, but I'm more interested in now in second and third place. And it is an absolute sprint out here. It's looking good for the Spaniard and for the Slovakian. Kovachova places to get. So who's going to make it through? Who's the one who's not going to make it through?
This will be tight here.
This is really, really tight. We saw Miritron Erdem lose out on a sprint relay already, and I think she's going to lose out on another one. She ran the last leg for Denmark in the sprint relay, and she's really fighting hard here. All of these women fighting so hard, but it is going to be Anashikova through, Abasov through. And will this be the first Dane to make it through to the semi-final? It looks looking good for Christiansen, but looking even better for Carter Davis and for Fesselhofer. Sabine Hausfeld is working really hard to see if she can catch up these three, but it's looking really good for Carter Davis. She looks behind her, she doesn't need to, but Sabine Hausfeld is chasing hard. Is she going to run down the Dane? Is she going to get through? All the Danes are really cheering on their women. Carter Davis first, Fesselhofer second. It is the Dane who makes it through. She is the first.
Roots.
So Benjaminsen is there, Harju is there, Ivan Dongen is there. Does anybody come from the right? We will wait and see. These three have got a gap though, and this is all down to this last route choice.
So doesn't seem to be any problems. Oh, this is a big gap, so they are through.
A big gap. Here is Lednik, I think, there. Malloy in fourth, but she is 10 seconds off the pace. So Benjaminsen, Harju and Van Dongen, they can cruise into the finish. Van Dongen very, very happy with that one. Benjaminsen through comfortably, then Harju and Van
That's the third.
And Cecilia Calandri. They are a bit more distinct into this control. Calandri wasn't as much. Eleanor Ross, though, goes through first, and those two look to be well ahead of the others. So let's see as they come round into the run-in here. Last control, and it's looking really good for Ross. Sarah Hagstrom's worked really hard, I think, to catch up that time that she lost coming out of control number 4. And the two of them will qualify easily. Calandri almost looks to be running down the Ukrainian. So Strand through. Ward is through, and those two distinctive then and really good route choice on that 7th control. Oh, here is Hornick. Alexandra Hornick is through there as well, and Nikolina Fima-Klusner into 4th place. So easy stuff for Lena Strand. Easy work then for Charlotte Ward as well, and Alexandra Hornick will be in the 3rd place. So Lena Strand qualifies, Charlotte Ward qualifies, so too does Alexandra Hornick of Poland. Little tricky bits and pieces in here, but it should be fairly simple, I think. There's Delaine. Jones is in the lead, then followed by Matthias Kibert. Delaine is right on their heels though, but it's looking good for, I think, the top two for Jones and for Kibert. They make their way through, and the Brits and the Swiss are cheering, but Matthias Kibert has to fight hard here against Adrian Delaine. He's really looking around. Chris Jones, Matthias Kibert, still the Norwegian, then Gustafsson, then Kral as well, and it's going to be a burn up really here. They've got to go to the other side of this building, and there's still 5 guys really close. Oh, the Norwegian is getting torn off and just ending them on side. This is going to be so close. They really fight here. The top 2 go through. Gustafsson is there. Is the Norwegian there? He's being torn, taken down. This might be a photo finish, I think. Here they are. They're coming through now. Who is in the lead? It is Tim Robertson, August Mullane in second. Ralph Street in there.
Street here.
And they're trying to go through. So the top 3 are clear, but only 2 go through. Street has just got ahead of Mullane. That's really decisive in this point. And who's going to make it through then? The top 2 only to make it through. through. This is a real sprint out here, and elbows are out, but it looks like the Brit's going to miss out, I think. He does. Mullane goes through in the first place, making it look so easy. She does time after time. I'd say she's more comfortable in the forest, but she has made the sprint her own. She has done so much preparation for this, and she is in fantastic shape. Abbasov hasn't quite had the winter and spring she desired. It was one full of injuries, and Alexanderson looks back over her shoulder. It is not even close here. She can save a little bit of energy and make her way comfortably then to qualify for the final. Yves van Dongen, they've got to be really distinct on this section, but they have a little gap. Ursula Fesselhofer is there, ready to pounce if necessary. You can see just how they're looking ahead, but Carter Davis looks like she's got it. She should see the control by now. There we go, and the last few metres are still 3 are going to turn into 2. So here we go then, the last 3 here. They punch the control, and now is the sprint for the line. Carter Davis looks like she's got it. She's looking up at the big screen, but Fesselhofer is running quick. She's had to up her pace here. Carter Davis will still make it through in the lead.
Already started to fight behind there.
This is incredible. Looks like Charlotte Ward's off the back of this group, and it's a fight now for the last few stages. Alexandra Hornick looking really good. Sarah Hagström in a good position ahead of Lida Strand, Eleanor Ross. What will happen now in this last semi-final? Who will make it through? It's looking like Alexandra Hornick will make it for Poland. Sarah Hagström is in a good position, sprinting hard, and those two are clear of the rest. Hornick and Hagström.
Here's Kibbutz.
Here's Mullane, and we're looking at the last control very shortly. I want to see where everybody else is.
Here they are, here are the others. And this looks really good for Kibbutz now.
Kibbutz, can he get his another gold medal? Can he get the first ever win in the knockout sprint? And Kibbutz is there. Mullane is chasing him, but Kibbutz has done exactly the right route choice where it mattered. He takes the title. He is the first ever world champion.
What a tactic genius between Megan Carter Davis and Yves van Dongen.
So here she is, Tova Alexanderson, a masterclass performance from Tova. We're so used to seeing this. She is in control. Her form is incredible, and she makes it 17. This is amazing, and I want to look now to see who gets silver and bronze. Megan Carter Davis and Yves van Dongen are here. They're really fighting really hard here to see who can get the silver and the bronze. Carter Davis is going to make it though. Carter Davis gets silver. Yves van Dongen gets bronze. The best ever result for the Netherlands with a.
Now we will go to the European Championships 2023 in Vicenza, Italy. We will see the semi-finals and the finals.
Hungary.
And I mean, from this point here, she could take it a bit slower, could take it a bit more relaxed to the finish, because it's very much clear now that those two runners will make it to the final.
Well, Tova Alexanderson has got her tactics. We're very familiar with them, and well, they work because she's got a big gap on the rest of the field. Qualification into the final, done and dusted. Hannah Lindberg can celebrate with the crowd. Her gap is big too, and the pace so high on that one ahead of Sabine Hausfried. That just pretty race full of mistakes for Sarah Hagström, but it's going to be good enough, I think. Let's watch her through. We've got Victoria Hestad Bjornstad clear to take the win here, and it was a very good route choice to control number 10 that did it. She celebrates crossing the line. Victoria Hestad Bjornstad takes the win. And
very
drama there.
good.
And let's watch them coming out of this alleyway. Street in first, Rankan from Switzerland in second, and it's 1 and 2 here to make it through into the final. So Rouse Street from Great Britain.
And let's say he was kind of
Ricardo
street
Duncan.
smart again on this one.
He was street smart again. To go all that way round, and here's Matthias Kibbutz, a favourite for this knockout sprint. Looks like he's going to qualify comfortably in the lead on this one. Gustafsson into seconds.
Yeah.
And Matthias Kibbutz, despite not taking the best route choice, he's kept ahead of everybody else. And these two guys are jogging now. Isaac von Krusenfuerner will take the win. Emil Svensk in second place. And these two guys can cruise across the line and celebrate. So has done what she does best, hit the front, make a gap, keep the orienteering stable, and Eleanor Ross has great speed. She put herself in a fantastic position.
It's gonna win a silver. It's gonna win a silver medal in the last race of her career.
What a way to end your career with a silver medal. Natalia Gempler with the bronze medal. Hannah Lundberg just out of it into fourth. And you can see Tove Alexanderson congratulating Eleanor Ross on a fantastic career. Hard to overtake. Oh, it's such a short route from here. But Matthias Kibberts, he looks like he's done it once again. He's going to retain his title. And the men behind are fighting all the way to the line. But it is going to be Kibberts taking the win once again. Ralph Street's finishing quick, but he's not going to get it. I'm not sure whether Gustafsson or Svensk got there first. I think we're going to have a photo finish there. They've been given.
Then we go to 2024 to the first World Cup round in Olten in Switzerland, where we will see the semi-finals and the finals.
Gustafsson in the lead, and those two are in a good position to go through, but being chased by Rankan.
And now it's very important for Rankan to get closer again, just eat meter by meter, because they're just a few meters from the last control to the finish, and very soon they're going to get to this last control.
Yeah, they're here in the arena now, and Heikkila and Gustafsson are clear. It looks like it's pretty easy for these two to make this qualification. So Heikkila and Gustafsson through. No photo finish needed here.
Martin Rekborn, so I think that Joey Haddon and Rekborn have a very good chance here to make it to the finals.
Yeah, I think so too. There's a bit of a gap between 1 and 2 and the rest, and Joey Haddon fighting really hard. They're all trying to close on the leading two, but look at that, the leading two do have a gap. I think it's going to be enough for Joey Haddon and for Martin Rekborn to qualify. Yet they've managed to get enough of a gap. And Joey Haddon can enjoy these last few metres of his semi-final. Haddon and Rekborn through.
But it will be all between those three guys, Timo Sutter, Timo Oksanen and August Malén.
Remember August Malén?
No, I don't think that was a good option.
That's not going to be a good idea, in my opinion at all. He's going to come out from the left, I think, but he'll be behind.
Most probably be behind.
Yeah.
There he is, far behind. So now took himself out of the competition.
See, I'm surprised. I thought he would have backed himself for a sprint finish. He's such a fast athlete, but that was not the good decision here. And Timo Suter punches the air. He's gone through alongside the Finn, Timo Oksanen. And
of course, but behind it's going to be interesting.
Here.
It is Benjamin
Minson has overtaken the Swede here. Yeah, you called it right. Hannah Lundberg is looking like she's struggling here. And there's only one more control to go. This last control in this arena, and Hannah Lundberg, I'm sure, will fight hard for it. But a good route choice there at the end for Andrina Benjaminsen means she is going to qualify ahead of Hannah Lundberg. Or
I wouldn't call it a good route choice for
Hannah Lundberg, I think.
Because, I mean, if Hannah Lundberg would have stayed with Tove Alexander, she would have been through. So,
That's true. So, not the right route choice there for Hannah Lundberg. And it means Tove Alexanderson, the favourite, the defending world and European champion, is through.
Contact with the top two.
So it looks very good for the defending bronze medalist of the European champs in this discipline, Natalia Gempler, to make it through, and clear two for the Danish athletes. Ida Egervik Christiansen. And they've only got a few more metres to go here as they make their way into the arena. Natalia Gempler looks behind her, but it is clear here she's not going to be pressed for a photo finish at this very final stages. In fact, she's got a decent gap over the rest of the field. She just looks like she's jogging in there, and maybe a small sprint here to make sure the Danish athlete gets through, but looks like she's not going to be challenged by the Swede. So we have Natalia Gempler and Ida Egervik Christiansen through, and she's going to make it through easily here. It's going to be a tight turnaround for the final. Victoria Hestad Bjornstad looks good in second place for Norway, and pretty decent gaps at this point. And I think it's only a matter of a nice little jog into the finish then for Simona Abersold. She's just got to remember to punch this last control. There we go. And a big smile and relief there. I think that kind of shows her, as you discussed it before, lack of confidence. But she's got time to smile and to wave at the crowd, which is impressive stuff here from the Swiss. He's really hit out on the sprint here. He is in the lead. We've got Jonathan Gustafsson into second, and we've got Heikkilä into third. And it looks like Joey Haddon is going to be able to take the win here. He's being chased down by the Swede, but it is Joey Haddon who can take the win here. Just ahead of Jonathan Gustafsson and Thomas Heikkilä. Eva Alexanderson puts her foot on the gas, and she's trying to get meters ahead of the other runners. She's managing to do it, and who's going to take second place? Because I don't think it's definitely Simona Abersold. Oh, Gempler just thought she missed it, but she didn't. She managed to get the punch. She's going to be in third place as Alexanderson chooses the right time to go into the lead. Simona Abersold into second place. Natalia Gempler completes the top three with a second Swiss runner.
We get to the World Orienteering Championships 2024 in Edinburgh. We will see half of the quarterfinals, we will see the semi-finals, and we will see the finals.
To finish on the street here in front of all the spectators in the rain as well. You can see it pouring down here. It was quite clear, in fact, for those three to qualify. And the athlete in the lead, you can see she's just celebrating already before crossing the line. Teresa Yanashikova, not the best individual sprint performance from her. She is definitely, and she's got a bronze medal in this discipline already. She punches the last control and then just uses those very strong arms of hers to power up this hill. It is a slight uphill run, and you can see Sonesson on the right from Sweden struggling a bit here, going backwards. So it was Eva Christensen, Harju, and in the lead here. This was the fifth of six quarterfinals. Sienoja there in second place, but then look at these other two athletes behind. They turn the burners on this final stage, overtaking on this uphill running. Sienoja, as you can see it in her face, she's not got much more to give. And in fact, it was a French athlete, Robertson, in the lead, Casado in second, and Slingshots, Johnny Crickmore into third place. Johnny Crickmore, you can see his knee is strapped up. He has not had a good time from injury. It was a question mark about whether he would even race this, but he was able to do that sprint finish. He is absolutely delighted to make that third, and actually maybe a surprise to see both Nathan Lawson and Thomas Heikkilä come around this corner, because you can see Bonek is really barging, really attacking on that corner. Just manages to sneak ahead of Yannick Michels. He pumps his arms all the way to the line. Easy work for Oxenen and for Backlid. Bonek into third. And the news is that in there, no problem here for Alexanderson, Maëlle Beauvais, and the others really close together. And this is like where orienteering becomes a contact sport. And this is the run in here. Austin pushing Beauvais out of the way there. But I don't think either of them are going to get through. It might be another one where we need a photo finish, because it's absolutely fine for Alexanderson. But Olsen and Hestad Bjornstad on the line, I'm going to guess.
On this run-in, it's going to be really, really tight. Venla Harju now fading a little bit as they come into the final control.
Yeah, let's see who's able to make it towards the line quickest. Yeah, Venla Harju, Natalia Gempler, Megan Carter-Davies, all going to try and cross the line here. Let's see who makes it to the free first. I think Gempler is out of it. Abersold has put herself exactly where she wants to be. Here's the fight up the section here.
Silke Laundry
is attacking on the outside.
Slingshots around the outside. It is going to be fast enough. She is ahead of Hannah Lundberg. Wow, well, she's got ahead of Simona Abersold. That is a fast finish. Cecile Laundry can't believe it. I can barely believe it.
Should be fine. Here they go. And Haddon in the lead. We've got Gustafsson into second, and I think they are clear of the others. It's hard to see on the picture, but Hadon and Gustafsson.
Gustafsson slows for the line. That's cheeky.
Hungary, whether it is Spain, for the neutral, this is really
fantastic
exciting
to see representation from those sort of up-and-coming countries in orienteering. Martin Regborn is going to cruise through here, I think. Will it be Ferenc Jonas or will it be Alvaro Casado? Tim Robertson is not going to make it through here, I don't think. Mika Kiermala and Jakob Glonek in tow. And there's Johnny Crickmore coming in on that slightly different route choice. Just had a check back there from Alvaro Casado because Ferenc Jonas, I think has gone down.
Yeah.
I think he's gone down on the stairs, and that might cost him.
That is going to cost
Alvaro
him.
Casado with a look over the shoulder to see what had happened to that.
Then it's Rankan.
Backlid from Ricardo Rankan. And Yannick Michael's in third. I don't think he's got the speed to do it from here. Hubacek now moving up. Well, that execution error, we saw it in one of the women's semi-finals. Haven't seen it for a while.
It was worse for the men, though.
It was so much worse. Yeah, they fully committed to that route. And that has
okay, they're coming into the run-in now. Let's have a look. Here's Rankan. We know that Backlid is ahead as well. And it is going to be clear for these guys. What a race here in the semi-final.
Punches the air. And and the same emotions for Ricardo Rankan. He is delighted to make it into the final. Yannick Michaels misses out. Hubacek.
On the last section of the race, she's done it again. This is up towards the last section, and then there is medals to be shared between these three athletes. Carter Davies out of it at the moment. Kalonji, we know she's got that turn of pace. Alexanderson has done it yet again. Another world title, the 21st world title for Alexanderson. But watch the race behind, because Olsen is fighting for a medal with Abersold, and I think the Swedish athlete's going to get it just ahead of Abersold. The same routes, and they are powering their way through here, and it is Rankin in the lead. I think Hadorn still in second place. Gustafsson, Regborn dropping down here.
Big drama. Someone's gone, well.
Yeah, because you can't go that way.
You can't go in there. There is no route that way. And Ricardo Rankan now has a bit of a lead. I think this could be a world title for Ricardo Rankan as he negotiates these final sections, but they're coming to the run and it's not over yet.
Yeah, so it's Rankan in the lead, then Jürgen Backlid, then Regborn, and it's going to be a title for the Swiss here. Let's have a look at how the medals are going to be decided. It's going to be a Swiss world champion. Ricardo Rankin takes the win. It is second place for Jürgen Backlid, and I think that was a third for Jonathan Gustafsson. Another medal to his collection. And
well, that was the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching.